Shalom, kings and queens of the Kingdom of God. I'm Jean-Claude Dogo from Ministries. Welcome to the special caviar, to the spiritual caviar. This Shabbat, we're going to deal with a very rare topic, Ebed-Melech, the Ethiopian. Why are we going to talk about him today? We're going to talk about him because I'm sure that none of you have heard about him, especially those who live in Europe. Why? Because I've been in Denmark almost 13 years now. I've never heard a preaching about him. Why? Because he's an Ethiopian, he's an African. You understand? So, nah. But why are we going to preach about him? We're going to preach about him because he did something special. He saved a great prophet of God. He saved Jeremiah from death. And I'm sure that if Ebed-Melech lived in the time of Jesus, Jesus would have said the same thing he said about the woman who used a perfume on him to prepare his body for his death. But here, Ebed-Melech prepared himself to save Jeremiah from death. This is what Jesus said in Mark chapter 14, verse 9, about that woman. He said, "Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she hath done shall be spoken of for a memorial of her." So what I'm doing here with Ebed-Melech is for a memorial of him, because his life, his action will teach us something very important, and I pray that we will follow his example. Jeremiah chapter 38, verse 4 to 13. Therefore, the princes said unto the king, We beseech thee, let this man be put to death, for thus he weakeneth the hands of the men of war that remain in this city, and the hands of all the people, in speaking such words unto them. For this man seeketh not the welfare of these people, but the hurt. Then Zedekiah the king said, Behold, it is in your hand, for the king is not he that can do anything against you. Then took there Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malchiah, the son of Ebed-Melech, that was, in the court of the prison, and they let down Jeremiah with cord, and in the dungeon where there was no water but mire. So Jeremiah sunk in the mire. Now, when Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian, was one of the eunuch which was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, the king then sitting in the gate of Benjamin, Ebed-Melech went forth out of the king's house and spake to the king, saying, My lord, the king, these men have done evil in all that they have done to Jeremiah the prophet, whom they have cast into the dungeon. And he is like to die for hunger in the place where he is, for there is no more bread in the city. Then the king commanded Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian, saying, Take from hence 30 men with thee, and take up Jeremiah the prophet, out of the dungeon before he died. So Ebed-Melech took the men with him and went into the house of the king under the treasury, and took thence old cast clouds and old rotten rags, and let them down by cords into the dungeon to Jeremiah. And Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian said unto Jeremiah, Put now these old cast clouds and rotten rags under thine armholes, under the cords, and Jeremiah did so. So they drew up Jeremiah with cords and took him up out of the dungeon, and Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison. Amen. The story is long, but I'm going to summarize it. Jeremiah prophesied something very difficult. There are those princes that put Jeremiah to prison and wanted to kill him, who opposed Jeremiah's prophecies. We're not talking about prophecies that they are prophesied nowadays in our churches. Oh, you will get married, oh, you will travel, oh, you will have a baby. No. He said that your enemy will capture you and you will die. If you don't surrender to your enemy, you will die. So if you stay in this city, you will die by the sword, you will die by hunger, or you will die by pestilence, sickness. So they say that these prophecies of Jeremiah are discouraging the militaries, the soldiers that are in their cities, and the population are discouraged. So for this, it is a threat to the population, is a hurt to them, he must die. So the king says, I cannot do anything against what you want to do. Do as you want. So it was like the consensus was like, kill Jeremiah. But Ebed-Melech, the Ethiopian, he said, no. King, what these men are doing to Prophet Jeremiah is evil. They will let him die. And you know that there is no more food, bread in the city. Maybe you don't understand. You can be in a country or in a company or in a house or in a family where people want everybody to say one thing. And you say, no, I will not follow evil because you are too many to think the same thing. I will follow the truth. He broke the rules. He went against the masses. He went against the Omerta. He didn't want to kill people. Let's say, now we are preaching this message. There is this scandalous scandal that we call Epstein files. Have you seen your pastor preach against them? Have you heard some politicians talk about that? Nobody. Because those people involved are very powerful. Kings, queens, billionaires, head of states, ministers, powerful politicians, military men. The powerful in the country. Everybody is scared. But if Ebed-Melech was among us, he would say, I don't care if I get killed. I don't care if I get fired. I don't care if I got the wrath of those princes. I will save the life of Jeremiah. Because Jeremiah did only the work of God. He didn't say by himself what he said. He just conveyed the message of the Lord. Ebed-Melech. I think his message or his name, his memory should be preached more often. So people will not keep quiet when troublesome situations are there, when the people who cannot speak for themselves don't have any ambassador to speak on behalf of them and save their lives from death. My brother, my sister, if you want to be like Ebed-Melech, the Ethiopian, pray God that He will give you the courage to save lives, to defend the truth, because though the message of Jeremiah was very difficult and hard, it was the truth. And Ebed-Melech defended that truth, and he saved the life of Jeremiah. May God bless you. Shalom, letraot, bye-bye.